This is one of those videos that I don't have an intro scripted for. In fact, I've already tried to do this a couple different times and have stopped talking and messed up. And I'm just going to let this one run. Just know this. I've gone through several waves of emotions, as has the city, based on what has happened yesterday at the parade. I got 2 daughters. And when you find out that there's kids in the hospital that took stray shots from the shooting that happened, it just, as a parent, it just gets me kind of all over the place. I met a lot of kids yesterday that, got to say hi and stuff like that. It was a great time. I left. It was not a problem for me. But then finding out what happened at the end, it's just a shame and a travesty that at a time that was supposed to be joyous and nothing but celebration for back-to-back Super Bowl victories, there's forever a stain on it based on what happened because of the senseless acts of a couple of people when there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people there. This is what we're going to remember. So yeah, I was actually there hanging out with Chiefs Kingdom, soaking it all in, enjoying my time. Then shortly after everyone started speaking, I heard a guy behind me talking about a shooting that happened near 27th and McGee, which wasn't far from where I was at the Liberty Memorial. Well, it turns out that did indeed happen, with 2 people reportedly injured, but Police Chief Stacey Graves said in their press conference yesterday, as well as today, that she's currently not sure if the 2 are connected or not. And that brings us to when the Chiefs finished speaking at the parade, at the celebration, Union Station. I left. My phone was basically unable to receive texts or calls until we got about a mile or 2 away, basically at the car. And I was getting, by that time, texts, calls, DMs, all kinds of stuff saying, "Hey, are you okay? Are you safe?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Yeah, I'm fine." It was great. It was a great event. Well, it turns out that when I was leaving, I was far enough away I couldn't hear this, but there was about 15 to 20 shots fired near Union Station. You can see the video here, with pandemonium ensuing in that area as the crowd dispersed in a panic. And again, at first I didn't believe people that were calling me and DMing me, but when I opened up Twitter, I quickly saw the Kansas City police tweeting out saying shots have been fired around Union Station and to please leave the area. And from there, I began to see what unfolded as I left. The shooting happened west of Union Station near the garage area right as the victory rally was wrapping up, with at least 23 people shot and 1 victim has been declared dead. There are currently 3 people detained and under investigation, though there's been various photos and videos showing more than 3 people being detained at the parade. What that means to me is some that were detained have been ruled out as suspects. That's why I'm not going to go down a long rabbit trail of, oh, it's this individual or that individual, because we need more clarities and answers first, as this is still obviously under investigation. One of the alleged suspects was tackled by Chiefs fans attending the parade, though, and they not only tackled the suspect that was attempting to run away, but also moved aside his weapon. A couple of those heroes that stopped this guy are from Omaha, a father, Paul, and his daughter. Another guy that helped is named Tony, and he said he was glad he could help catch him. You can see here in this photo of CSI photographing 3 firearms at the scene, with at least one of them belonging to the guy that was tackled because the gun reportedly fell out of his jacket when he was rolling around on the ground. You can see this lady actually picking it up and moving it, which is insane. And yesterday, the police said they didn't have a motive and they are still trying to figure things out by conducting interviews, collecting evidence, both digital and physical, and moving as fast as they can. However, today, they brought some clarity to light, saying that initial investigations of the incident have shown no nexus to terrorism or homegrown extremism. Quote, "This appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire, with at least 22 people being injured in the process." And one of the saddest parts to me about this is 2 of the 3 suspects are reportedly juveniles. That's what the police chief said. Juveniles, meaning under 18. I don't think it's 16, 17 or under. I don't know the exact age, but it's for sure under the age of 18. And I honestly don't even have the words to convey how that makes me feel. Kids, doing this, shooting other kids, and other people have been hit, and there's a dispute going on. So maybe it was a dispute between adults and kids. I don't really know. I have a lot of thoughts, actually, like honest thoughts. Like I'm angry, I'm pissed, I'm upset, and I'm frustrated, but I want to wait for more details to come out from the investigation before saying more about the potential suspects. Once we get clarity, I'll be able to speak a bit more freely, but I do want to talk about the 22 or more victims that got injured. It looks like 12 patients were seen at Children's Mercy Hospital. 11 were children, with 9 of them being treated for gunshot wounds. And I won't lie, when I first saw this many children, guys, I was sick to my stomach. But some good news here. The kids that were their age range rather from 6 to 15 years old, thankfully, it was reported that all of them are expected to have a full recovery. So everybody that was at Children's Mercy due to the shooting, they're all going home. Basically, 3 of them are currently inpatient at the hospital, but all the others have since been released, which is some good news there in the midst of a very tragic situation. There were also 8 shooting victims sent to University of Health, with 2 in critical condition, and the remaining 6 were in stable condition. That was as of yesterday's announcement from the hospital. Some others were sent to St. Luke's on the Plaza, but I don't currently have details of how many victims are there, though I can say in total, around 8 were critical and needed to be immediately sent to hospital, 7 serious, 6 with minor injuries, and sadly, 1 fatality, with that being 44-year-old Lisa Lopez Galvan, a radio DJ here in KC and a mother of 2. Many described her as a beautiful person with an outgoing personality. Her adult son was reportedly one of the victims shot as well. And if that is indeed the case, I pray that this guy makes a full recovery, because the family is already dealing with enough as it is. It's such a sad way, as I said in the beginning, to end what was supposed to be a joyous celebration. It was announced yesterday that Chiefs players were moved to safety right after the shooting happened, and everyone is fine, with some of the Chiefs players even helping comfort kids in the area that were visibly distraught. Trey Smith gave a kid his WWE belt and just picked him up and brought him comfort. Then several, after this happened, NFL teams, the Royals, KC Current, the NFL themselves, the president, and more, all issued statements offering their, heartfelt condolences, which is nice, but obviously condolences only go so far. I just wish it never happened in the first place. And then many Chiefs players themselves spoke out on social media, offering positive thoughts, prayers, and words of comfort during this tough time. Travis Kelce, who really rarely ever tweets, said, "I am heartbroken over the tragedy that took place today. My heart is with all who came out to celebrate with us and have been affected. KC, you mean the world to me." So the outpouring of support has been awesome, though of course it doesn't change the pain of loss and trauma that many in the crowd had to go through in real time and will continue to deal with for months to come. This is just a senseless act of violence that not only probably should have been avoided, but will forever leave a stain on the Chiefs' back-to-back Super Bowl parade. And just like I didn't really know how to start this video, I don't really also know how to end it. I just want to say, hug your loved ones, hold them close, and cherish every single second you have with them, because you just honestly never know what could happen. Also, if you were there and need someone to talk to, please don't hesitate to get the help you need to process through it all. It's such a sad, tragic thing that happened. Again, I was there and I had a great time, met some awesome fans, but now all I think about is what happened at the end. The victims, those that got hit by stray bullets, and the mom who passed away. My mom's not that much older than her. So there are real people in this city hurting, and I hope whoever did it, they get clarity. Talking about the police, they get clarity, and everybody's brought to justice, and they throw the book at them, to be honest, because this is extremely irresponsible, and it's just senseless, and it really, really ticks me off. It makes me angry, upset, frustrated. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. And with all that being said, we'll do a video probably tomorrow, just like a normal video covering Chiefs news. But I just wanted to get a little candid with you guys and just say that I really appreciate you, really appreciate the HBTC community, and I hate that this happened to Chiefs Kingdom. It's been tough. Again, I'm fine, but I just hate that it's happening. It happened to fans at a place that was supposed to be fun and happy, and then it's a bunch of kids that are now traumatized because of acts of potentially 2 suspects that are they themselves kids. So hug your loved ones, and I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Be safe out there, please.